Control light pollution. We should find the ways to control light pollution to save the Earth. Light pollution is a growing problem in our world today. It has become such an issue that it can even affect the ecosystem and cause animals to change their natural behaviors, like migration pattern. With so many adverse effects, there are some things you can do to control light pollution and help save the environment for future generations. This article will provide tips on how you can take action against light pollution and live a more sustainable life. Control light pollution by controlling the population. Light pollution can be controlled by controlling the population. This is because light from cities and factories is harmful to wildlife, which has been shown in studies published in the journal Science Advances. The density of artificial lights will have a significant impact on the quality of their environment as well as humans' view of night sky aesthetics when we see them at home or abroad. The bright glow of cities is a special kind of pollution. The more people that are in an area, the brighter it gets. By reducing population growth and increasing efficiency, we can reduce light pollution and save energy. The world's largest city looks like something out of science fiction, brilliantly lit skyscrapers against dark skies with only tiny slivers peeking through to suggest there might be stars or moonlight somewhere up above us. But when was the last time you saw any absolute darkness? Light from your neighbor's porch shines across their property line into yours at night even though they have never met face to face. Control light pollution. Control light pollution by education. The way that we can help reduce light pollution is to be educated on the consequences. There are many ways of doing this, such as passing laws, educating our children, and not using unnecessary lights in public places like parking lots or residential neighborhoods. We should also consider how artificial lighting affects wildlife, crops, trees, etc., and if it's necessary for human safety, what type of light source would work best. LEDs are great. Many believe that educating others will help curb problems involving human-caused light sources from diminishing what should otherwise naturally exist so brightly in some parts of the world, while other solutions might involve towns turning off lights during certain hours throughout each year's winter season to make way for those using telescopes. Control light pollution by reducing lights. Light pollution is often a result of inefficient light usage. Local governments can reduce the problem by monitoring and regulating unnecessary lighting to ensure that it doesn't exceed local limits for energy efficiency or create too much glare causing light in residential areas at night, leading to unsafe conditions on roads. Light pollution can be controlled by reducing lights and investing more into LEDs or other forms of low-energy lighting technology, specifically, an LED street lamp designed for use only when necessary which would reduce energy consumption from 1 watt to 0.02 watts per hour. Control light pollution by supporting dark sky initiatives. Light pollution can be reduced by supporting dark sky initiatives. Light pollutes the sky when it shines in a direction that is not down to earth, making it difficult for animals and plants on land or sea to find their way around. This issue could be solved if people would stop using lights such as street lamps which do not point downwards from buildings at nighttime because they are simply wasting light without any purpose other than illuminating an area where nobody may need visibility anyways. Light pollution can be dealt with by supporting dark sky initiatives. Hiding behind the name, these projects work to reduce light glare and promote more natural levels of illumination in areas that are not already adequately lit for safety purposes. These programs help ensure dark skies, which provide a range of benefits, including better sleep patterns and improved air quality as well as lower risks due to potential accidents on roads or at sea from reduced visibility. Control light pollution. Control light pollution by avoiding light trespassing. The introduction of electricity and gas lighting has been a significant contributor to the deterioration of night sky quality, which in turn can cause various negative consequences on humans, such as sleep disorders or disrupted circadian rhythm. Some people view this issue with alarm because it is thought that we are irreparably damaging our planet's natural environment while others could care less for they believe poor conditions at night will not have any measurable impacts on their lives since 99% of human activities take place during daytime hours anyway. But what if I told you there was an easy solution? For instance, instead of turning lights outside your house onto full blast when going out late at night, just make sure all outdoor lamps point downward so only ground level. Light pollution can be controlled by installing low-light emitting fixtures that only shine light where it is needed. Control light pollution by controlling urbanization. Neil deGrasse Tyson was a famous American astrophysicist who made many comments on this topic of how light pollution affects humans' relationship with nature, including in his most recent book Astrophysics for People in a Hurry, where he says, lighting changes human behavior. He also suggests ways to mitigate these adverse effects, such as reducing reliance on electric lighting during nighttime hours or using amber street lamps instead of white ones. Urbanization and light pollution feed off one another. When more people come to live in an area, the city expands, which leads to increased infrastructure like buildings that need electricity for things such as lighting at night. This increase in artificial light from these structures has led to a number of negative consequences, including disruptions with wildlife migrations or pollination cycles, among other effects on natural systems.